everyone, welcome to a new video, and in today's video I'm going to teach you all how to go to the moon. If you're asking what am I doing here, I'm just seeing if there is anything basically good that I can unlock. I do end up unlocking something. I'm not going to tell what though. Yeah, I end up unlocking aerodynamics and some. I could unlock it. That's the only reason I did unlock it. I think that was just a complete waste of my science, but why not? Seriously. This is the thing I made just soon. I am working towards the Rapier engine. And today we are going to go to the moon. And so the goal by the end of today's episode is to unlock the nuclear engine so Duna missions are easier. So the next video will be of Duna, hopefully you know that. Also, if you think that this has actually helped you as a viewer, go down and click on the comment button and put your comments on this. Also, while doing that, subscribe to the channel since I clearly am going towards the 100 subscriber mark. I'm on 78 currently, and I want my 200th video to also have that as my subscriber special. So yeah, we are on 78 currently, so just join the channel, and you'll get all the newest content and all these tutorials. So yeah, I've been not talking. Yeah, I use the Gemini style command pod and add the two. I don't use this parachute, I change it. I use this Gemini style command pod which you get from the Making History DLC. Yes, I would recommend getting that DLC seriously. I have never played without them, and I can just tell you the parts that you get are so useful. So it's like just spending a bit of your money on that. It's not very expensive. I mean, I don't feel it's expensive. We are currently now making a lander here. And the moon lander normally is like a mid-miss lander, but you need a bit extra fuel. And this mission actually, there's lots of drama. I mean, it becomes really tight. Like I think we have like 67 meters per second of delta V, which we end up also using just to slow down. But still, it becomes really tight. We almost burn up in the atmosphere like the mid-miss mission. Yes, I am in. Not live commentary, and we use the Terrier engine and use the LT1 landing struts. Now add ladders. On the moon, I feel ladders are a bit more important than on mid-miss. Since on the moon it's little higher chance of you being able to have the patience to wait for the jetpack. It still works, but make this a habit for especially something like Duna to add ladders. Actually, no, next mission I've decided that we'll go to interplanetary space, unlock better ladders, not landers. Can you speak English? No, you can't. You get better ladders and few extra parts on the Duna mission. So next time we'll go to interplanetary space and come back. Hopefully that will give some 200 science extra. I think I just kicked my dustbin that's kept next to my legs. And yeah, water, just checking that. And also another thing I would recommend is not trying this very janky strut solution I got. Instead just leave it like this, or maybe just do what I ended up doing later on. I think yeah, for a second I got it done and then clicked on it again. So I gave up and maybe removed some landing struts, I think so. The landing struts, the thing, what's it called, the ladder. And there you go. That's how our main thing will look. Everyone just remember, get a scientist and Jeb. So get Bob and Jeb. Don't do what I did and get Bill instead. I forgot to check my Kerbals. I know you should check your staging, or else Scott Bentley will get angry at you. But also check your Kerbals, because sometimes KSP won't put the correct Kerbals in. Yeah, I was thinking of an engine. I ended up using the Terrier instead, I think so. Yeah. And so just check your Kerbals. I was watching. Yeah, you don't need to make these interstage routes. That is one of the few measures you could do to get a bit extra delta V. I would recommend also doing one more thing. adding a little extra fuel in the maybe the first stage or in the lander, and maybe not wasting a bit of fuel in few maneuvers. I'll tell which ones later on. Or maybe getting a mod like, I mean, if you're asking where, I did not auto start it, but where to get these mods from, you basically get from Space Dock. Okay, here's the important part. You put these decouplers, enable cross feed. Well, at this point, I think you should have it with where I have in my save. Come on, past Ayansh, enable the cross feed. Because here we are going to use the asparagus setup. Then, okay, after enabling the cross feed, right click, go to the right click menu on the boosters. Then change the fuel priority on to first on one pair to like 90. Then on the other pair to 80 and on the core to 40. Then also set your staging up so that the one on 90 stages out first, then the one on 80, then the one on 40. What that will do is try to use one booster's fuel first, then the next one, then the next one. This can really be useful for EVE missions. And normally when you are going to something like EVE where you really need a lot of fuel and can't like even waste a single meter per second, that's what you have to do. If you ask me what we are currently doing, I am just setting all the fuel and there you go. I'm playing with the fuel priorities. That's what I have basically done here. I mean, I'm not going to go too much about the launch profile, since if you want to really start seeing the series from here, then I'd really recommend not to. There's lots of stuff for the beginner could learn if you see the previous video first, which is the one how to go to min-miss. I have on this flag, that Ayansh Aerospace flag, you may see a lot. I just quick made it in the most lazy way possible. I just used Canva and made and just made a YouTube thumbnail and just put that over here. That's where how I got that Ayansh Aerospace flag. I quickly drink a bit of water since my mouth really hates for talking for so long. Okay, so yes, there you go. I started setting up the staging. Although I would recommend taking every science experiment you have. You could have got maybe one or two more by biomopping on min-miss. I did not because we were running confused. But if you somehow manage to fly it in a more efficient way, maybe by using MIGJib or just being better than me. But if you are better than me, I would pretty sure recommend you to not watch these tutorials, but still subscribe and do all that. Actually, just leave it. You watch the whole thing. It'll help me anyway, and you may be like, and you can correct anything I said wrong in the comments. So, you know. I know, and I'm again using Caden Live. If you're asking where I edit lots of my videos from, I use that. That's I think better than lots of other stuff. I think DaVinci Resolve still has some purchase. I mean, Caden Live has everything that you would want from a video editor, just for free. Like everything is free, so that's why I use it now. I know it's 25 FPS all this recording, but that's why I want to put it. I'll export all of these on 4K, so hopefully anyone who has a 4K computer can enjoy. Mine isn't 4K, sadly. And let's continue. So I'm talking about this. So I'm just adding all the science experiments. Yeah, the science collection unit, I should have known about that. I have in the craft for way longer, and it's not like a decorative. I can't pronounce. I can't just speak. Yeah, like it's just used as like a weird part which I could use as decoration. I'd really recommend not taking that because you don't add in a bit of extra weight. So don't take that piece. Also, you don't need to make this fairing or that. I thought it would just look nice, and that's why I made it. Few fairings I forgot to remake. I added a bit of gap between the Science Junior and then the fuel tank. Basically, how I clipped the Science Junior in. I added a bit of a gap actually there. If you're asking why, I did that so basically I could still use the science junior, and it does not add too much like height to the lander, maybe. Yeah, height to the lander. Yes. Now swapping out the swivels for the Reliant engine, because the swivels actually they're not as powerful as the Reliant, even though the Reliant does not gimbal. That's why I was using the swivels in the last few days, but now I think the Reliant is good enough. And that's all I have to say about why I did that. I have no clue what I was thinking actually. I was drinking some water there. Let me just see outside. I hear some bird outside. I thought that was a parrot. I don't know actually. I just got distracted by a bird or a parrot. I think so. Probably noise coming from outside. There! Hopefully you can hear that because I stopped for a minute. Like that noise. Is that of a parrot or what? We're already into launching this thing. And I think this time we don't have to watch a lot of Kraken attacks. I mean, all my colonization videos, I tried another one to the Mun as well. That still had many Kraken attacks. Or the fairing sometimes can't be so big. I tried to edit the fairing files, made it even worse. So I'll probably just give up with that. Well, for this series, I really don't need to give up because it's been going quite well. There you go, we are launching. Now the goal of this ascent was to reach 45 degrees by 10 kilometers. As I feel this rocket is one of the ones that have little higher thrust to weight ratio, so you can do that. Maybe even a little shallower ascent than that, but still, I ended up overshooting. What I actually do is keep clicking D a bit, I just keep spam clicking D until we get there. That's probably also what I do in SM. I just keep spam clicking that side button till we get there into orbit. And here we go. I don't know what happened. Here we go for, but I think the Black Racks volumetric clouds mod are really the second one checking a tutorial of the bonds, and the future Ayansh decides to basically make a modding tutorial, then check that. But if I do have, there's nothing on my channel in the Ayansh Aerospace series, because that's my tutorial series, just check, okay? And currently we are completing this last booster stage here. And in 3, 2, 1, and there you go. Separation. I clearly had to jinx it there because you know what I did. And there you go. We are in the light and there is the sun. That's why I took that like very sunrise launch. If you're asking why, that is why. That was intentional. And normally a Mun mission takes way less time for the Kerbals inside than a Minmus mission. It's ironic that we have the bigger command pod for this though. Also that extra, there's actually now main stage is like out of fuel there. I think I had sped that part up now from here because there was a lot of time I was using just burning slightly down. Took a while because we have a lot of best thrust to weight ratio. I mean, that's another thing I would recommend is not to have turned off the engine there, even though that may have been like 4 or 5 meters per second of delta V. It really matters if at the end you end up having like 67 meters per second of delta V that you could have used it. That too I had to use to slow down, and that too I almost wound up in the atmosphere since I forgot to add solar panels. Yeah, I did forget to add solar panels, which I did not for the Minmus mission. Luckily, you can see I'm just setting the maneuver node here to get to the Mun. This is even an easier maneuver than for Minmus. So just the trick is just be like 90 degrees ahead to behind of the Mun. So let the Mun be 90 degrees ahead of your ship, and that's when you just burn like 900 or 800 meters per second and get a good approach. Also, maybe even 1 or 2 meters a second, this could have saved, but also be an orbit that is not anti-clockwise, get a clockwise orbit, and that can also save some fuel as well, and maybe add a bit extra fuel in the fuel tanks. And there you go. And let's see whether actually I did the right or wrong way. Wait. I actually think I for once done something the right way. Yeah, I've done it the right way for once. So that could actually sometimes with 1 or 2 meters per second if you can save even just try every of your delta V saving tactics if there are any that you try. I did not know that this would go so close. I thought 6,700, that's easy for a one landing and return. Even I could hop like 4 or 5 biomes. And also another thing about where you're normally landing, I would reckon landing on a crater. Because that will always cover 2 biomes. Like land on a little big crater, then you go and next to that one of the 3 big craters on the banner. So then you can get 3 biomes, and I only did 2 because I realized I was running on fuse. And again, I also I spent a stage while not gaining on the space dolphin, so I'll sort that out. Maybe later on when we can get space planes SSTO, so maybe I can try a SSTO to which will recover just debris. See, I think somewhere here I realized that Jeb and Bill were there and not Jeb and Bob. I mean, I know I like torturing Bill every so often, but still, fully what I mean by torturing Bill, like sending him. I mean, Bradley Weston's likes doing that. I also sometimes just do weird stuff with Bill and not Jeb or Val or Bob. I actually like Bradley Weston's Odyssey of Bill series or something like that. I don't know why, but he has just stopped making videos recently. Like he came back after like 2 years of not making videos, and then he stopped again like after a few KSP2 videos, and hopefully everyone knows what failure KSP2 was. I mean, at this speed I don't even imagine that there will be a KSP3. I mean, I know Kitten Space Agency did so good work to Daghol and Rocket Works, but that I've seen some stuff that they have been putting out there. It's quite nice actually, Kitten Space Agency. Oh, I've just overlooked everything. We are already in one orbit, and now we are starting the retrograde burn. So you can see where I am aiming to basically land. This is a quick save here. And now we are on 500 times speed due to this as one of my failed attempts like this. I'm just showing one of my failed attempts here. Since why not? Yeah, I ended up landing in like a slightly slanted area, and then tried to move and then just reloaded a quick save and then accidentally reloaded a quick save from the previous min-mess mission and came back here. You can see what I mean, like you can see here, there you go, there it is. Reloaded a quick save and accidentally from the min-mess mission went back, and I think soon we'll find the main landing. Yeah, no 200x. So yeah, this was what we at real time had to do, so most of this landing will be like that. Just seeing where this quick save took us, so now I'm warping till there. So you can see, okay, the Moon's surface has lots of craters. I would really recommend going to Minmus first, since that first of all gives more paths, like this 2-seat command pod. Really recommend putting solar panels on yours, but really, it doesn't matter because we run out of electric charge at the end. And here you go, I spotted a crater here somewhere down, and I think I landed on the side. I think I could have on the side of it, basically could have landed on the other 2 craters there and maybe said a bit more biomapping. I could have also went to the other like big northeast crater. Probably it is some planet like some asteroid, maybe even a planetoid as big as Minmus that crashed into the Moon to create that. I don't know. Probably it's a planetoid as big as Minmus, or even not even just Minmus, maybe even as big as. I said as big as a Bob, maybe. I think it'll be as big as Polar Bob. So it would have crashed to make that crater. These small ones probably like 10 or 20-meter asteroids, maybe 100-meter asteroids and max. And I really don't recommend using the surface like thing over there, the altimeter, unless you are on surface mode. I was on sea level mode to guess how far, since you just use the shadow or something like that, and then you know like whether you're far or not. This was an accidental time bomb there. And also, if you ask why I went into the Alt F12 menu and turned on biomes visible as a cheat, I just wanted to see if I could see it from here only, or whether there is a lowlands biome in that crater, or is this another type of crater. There was at the end, spoiler alert. Seriously, Ayansh, I think I may have just hurt my back at this point, and that's why I went seriously. Yeah, that's clearly what happened. But boy, I think, and there you go. We'll take the surface sample. You can see our ladders doing their job quite well, and then we have to still do a space. Let's go with the ladders. Did not do their job for going back up. I mean, all the e-vehicle ladders are going to be really useful even for Duna. Or else, I'm going to remember solar panels for the Duna mission. Maybe next mission will be interplanetary space or Duna. I'm just telling that. Because interplanetary space, if I want to unlock one or two more things, Duna, if I just want to go with this weird amount of tech I have, which is not a lot. So Jeb has just decided to stand on the flag. I don't know why. I just realized I could stand on the flag, and I was like, so why not? It just decided to stand on that flag. Yeah, I came here. I think I wanted to collect all the data. Yeah, that's the thing. Not put lots of beginner steps where there isn't so much. Like a mud mission is as good as a min-miss mission. Maybe little more fuel you have to pack, and it's a little higher gravity. It's like landing on a normal moon instead of landing on something else like asteroid min-miss. Like if you can do a min-miss mission, then I think you can make. If you can make a lander for min-miss, you can make a lander for Paul, Bob, Gilly. Gilly, I think needs a different expertise than min-miss, since you need a very low thrust to weight ratio. In min-miss, you need thrust to weight ratio. On Gilly, I think thrust to weight ratio, an ion engine. An ion engine could probably give you enough thrust to weight ratio to land on Gilly. I know people have been like doing crazy stuff with ion engines, like Strassenblitz especially. It doesn't also has reached orbit with the iron engines. Bradley Winston's like, I think he put 16,000 iron engines. I don't know what he did to sort out his frame rate, but I still feel like, that's crazy. 16,000. This one over, I would really recommend doing this. Still, I feel this can actually give you extra science. I won't recommend doing this. Starting to hop in the middle, here you go. I went back into middle and then did this. This is all sped up at 200 times speed, and hopefully you'll realize what is going on here. After the main one got apart. Another thing I would really recommend doing on the Mun, start to see thrust to weight ratio as a literal proper number. Don't go to Mun as far as the thrust to weight ratio. Just see the thrust to weight ratio while for cabins like vacuum. So normally that gives you the perfect thing. So normally if you get a thrust to weight ratio of 1.2, it's not a very good thrust to weight ratio for the Mun. That's another thing I would recommend. I would really also recommend first watching this video, then doing the mission instead of doing your mission in line with this video. And we are getting back. Here you go. Realize this is what biovisible does. It's not like the other way I thought it was. So quickly turn it off. Not turn it off, turn it off, I should be saying. And I think now I want to add a maneuver. From here, I start using some delta V saving tactics. I still we managed to get back to Corbin. I have to spoil a lot, but still. I think I could have made the mission a bit better. I use way better stuff for Delta V saving. I mean, add few extra fuel tanks. Maybe if you unlock, I really just add a few extra fuel tanks. And maybe remove the drone shoots. You should be there. Maybe try also using quick saves on side. You could see what quick saves can actually do. Quick saves basically hit me all the time, so just make a few quick saves throughout the whole mission. I mean, I only needed one since I was confident enough I can do everything else without quick saves. And I will revert to launching quick saves. Don't try and put plasma blackout. I think I had it on this save though. And I think we just went over our landing site. And there you go. And I want to see, I think we have like 100 meters a second, and then I'll be lowering it to like 67. There you go. So I decided to take the science and space high over the man. I mean, anyway, if you get 800 science and have the same amount of science I have, it's fine. I would really recommend actually doing that, so then you can progress and do the exact same stuff that I have done. Maybe you could get 2 different biomes, but still like, get 2 biomes. I would really recommend, not just one. Then if you really want to do this, add and send another lander to the moon. Exact same thing. Maybe add a little newer parts and then do extra biome hopping. I mean, you can literally do that after just 2 missions. You can literally go to Dune, I think, after a mission. You go after like 1 mission to orbit. Basically, you go to orbit using what is it called? I keep forgetting. You go to orbit using the first tech tree node, get back using the EVA pack. Then after that, you go to orbit like, and then you can go to Joule and land on Late with I think like the second or third node of the tech tree, maybe fourth. I'm not going to make it so many gravity assists. I'm going to just teach you 1 or 2 gravity assists which you really should be using a lot, but not too many others. With gravity assists, this is when I realized I have no electric charge left. Thought that the Gemini style capsule has that is the Mark II command point, and stored all my experiments in that other piece. So even in case the capsule burns up, we still have that small part which I think has enough heat tolerance that it could survive the re-entry. Because, and there you go, you try and use this engine not to slow down the velocity actually. Oh, this is when I separated it, and this is when I was like, why? The parachute almost started to overheat, and as luck would have it, finally it started to maybe self-correct. The capsule almost overheated the both of this re-entry, as it's so bad. And I have kept this at real time speed, so you could see me frantically trying to pause, just trying to just pause for some reason. Probably in a panic that I lose all the science of this mission and have to re-record just 30 minutes. I mean, not 30 minutes, it was some 40 minutes. And there you go, finally, like, the relief of seeing it back in, like, no temperature gauges mode was just quite good. And there you go, we are back to free camera. And let's see where it goes. So the standard temperature gauge almost meant that the capsule got destroyed in the re-entry. Luckily it didn't, and here it goes, going through the atmosphere. And there you go, this thing is done. And there quickly realized that we were on the other side of the Kerbal Space Center peninsula. Peninsula, I think is how you pronounce it. And I think soon we'll go into 2x, 3 and 3x speed. and hopefully just enjoy this landing because I just parachute. Like, what's there to do? And I think the video is soon going to be up and it's going to be closed. So like, let's see how what we can unlock. I think I'll unlock few extra science experiments before going to do that. Yeah, that's so I'll do the interplanetary mission next. Let's quickly recover the vessel and let's quickly get the correct science experiments unlocked. So yeah, no, it's not science parts. Like these three things unlocked, and then I realized I don't have enough science or anything else. So hope you enjoy. Bye, everyone.